Okay, hey there guys, this is going to be pretty similar to that last war against SGA, well, except for how the actual war goes. So, we had that kind of, not free win, but a much easier war against SGA, and TCN, let's just say TCN are known for certain things, and I don't know if I mentioned it in any of the other videos, but when they faced JA, it was a very, very close war, and they've done that against a few alliances like JA and Noon. So TCN can pull off very low death performances, and we knew that going into it, but there was also one other thing we knew going into it. If we beat TCN here, no matter what happens pretty much in our final war, we win the season. Up until here, we had 0 losses in 10 wars, and JA and Noon were both at 2 losses. So if we win, the max we could get is 1 loss, and just the difference in that win versus loss, we would have to die like so much in the final war. It wouldn't even be like funny. So for me, this fight, obviously I'm going in, I have my boosts on, all that stuff. Pretty simple Cersei fight there. I try to use, what I found when I've been using Doom, I instantly go in for the heavies when she can get her glancing buff, because it kind of like triggers and then it staggers it, because of the order. The stagger applies with the damage, the stagger applies with the heavy, but this buff is a reaction to the damage, which I guess is technically after the hit, if that makes sense. So the stagger applies prior to the damage, making it so that way you can stagger her glancing buff if you just throw a heavy right at the start. And then it's pretty easy to keep off, which I did. This Jabari fight, again, I've taken this a few times now in this alliance. Jabari's health is very low, so if you have the Double Fury SP3 here like I did, you do 30% of her health. You do 33,000 damage, and I just have to get up to SP2, and I put on a power back boost. As I said, I boosted. Like, I made sure I would have some decent stuff going into this. I had to wait for the stuff to go down, and I actually had to wait until the second day. This wasn't Valentine's. I think it was one of my alliance mates had his anniversary on this day. Congratulations to him, of course. But we had to wait for him to take the boss down until the next day so that he could enjoy the time with his wife, obviously. Life comes first. So that's why you have like Agent there, because BG1 is always the first BG down. It's actually crazy. So for this Annihilus here, the prowess I'm not too worried about. I have my invul there. So I eat 2 hits of the invul, so I'm like, okay, I can only take 1 SP3. Shoot, he's at SP3. So it has return policy, so every time you nullify, he gains the power. And right here, I'm like, okay, I need to get in. I'm like, shoot. So he has a triple Fury prowess SP2. That could have been a death right there. I don't know how I got my block up in time. I was very greedy to try to go in. I was worried that my stagger would push him up to SP3, even though I knew I had the invulnerability hit still. But that SP2, if it was in my face, could have been death. I'm not honestly sure. I am not sure. But that was a very risky move. Fortunately, it worked. But yeah, so BG1, we're always done first. But this time we were actually like this was some of the last fights of the war. Actually, I think it was like one of the last sets of fights of the war. So that's why like Agent's there. Great friend. Agent actually just retired from the Alliance for a bit. It's really sad to see him go. So it was great having him watch the final war that mattered for my fights. So this is just Nimrod versus Sauron. SP2 and 50% health gone. Bye bye. Like, one of my friends saw my video and was memeing on me for how I'll like simp over Nimrod a little bit hard, but like how can you not when a champion that was released to be a hard defense. Oh, if you noticed right there, I didn't slow it down actually. I had 24 seconds left on my invulnerability boost, and it stayed on. Imagine that. I didn't like lose a 3-minute boost right as I go into the fight. That's crazy. And I like having invulnerability here for a Mystic, obviously. But this Chavez actually played into me, unlike the Mojo did with Torch. She went for the backdraft intercept, but right here she's just about to start throwing a couple heavies. So she actually gets the Dark Dimension, but that doesn't really matter. She's at 22%. I go for a big 5-hit combo. I go for the SP2. It stuns her. So that's down. And that was like the final fight of the war. And as I said, if we won, we were going to win the season. and we won the war. So top 1 was secured in this war. So that's why there were some people there watching, so I got to have fun with Agent in the chat for a second. Gonna go tell them GG. There was a lot of talking this war, actually. I don't think there was anything bad in the chat. Yeah, it was a good war to TCN. The score was not too crazy. 16-2. We knew we had to ball out to win. We did. They didn't go, I guess, their hardest, maybe. Sometimes, you know, you're going against GT40 and you're expecting 2 deaths from us. I don't know. But it was a good war. That secures first for us. So GT40 is war champs again. It's 4 seasons in a row now. It's absolutely insane. So that'll wrap up this war video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll be seeing you guys soon. Bye.